It is May 18th, 2026. The Iran-US ceasefire is technically still active, but overnight, President Trump posted messages on True Social that shook oil markets, alerted diplomatic staffs worldwide, and reportedly had Iranian negotiators checking their phones around 3 a.m. Trump's message was essentially, "Hey Iran, are you paying attention?" For Iran, the signal was clear. The clock is running out and action is needed quickly or consequences will follow. This was not a formal policy statement, but came from someone who has reviewed the new targeting package for potential strikes on Iran if hostilities resume. Whether Iran responds or not, these communications appear to provide a framework for another potential deal according to current news reports. Meanwhile, there's an aircraft in the Middle East conducting training and reconnaissance missions to ensure the situation remains stable. This aircraft is the AC-130J. It is a gunship recently used in Nigeria to eliminate the ISIS No. 2 leader. Currently, 3 dark gray AC-130Js are operating over the Strait of Hormuz. They are not there for routine patrols. Their presence reflects a strategic decision by Washington after assessing Iran's remaining fast attack boats along the Persian Gulf coast. The AC-130J Ghost Rider is highly capable. The question is not whether it is lethal, but whether Iran's Mosquito fleet, the one naval asset the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has maintained despite Operation Epic Fury, can survive what comes next. Based on multiple sources this week, the answer appears to be no. Reports suggest at least 4 AC-130 gunships are in the Middle East and are positioned to engage Iran's fast attack boats if conflict resumes. The AC-130J can loiter for hours and carries a 105mm howitzer on its side, allowing it to destroy targets when smaller armaments are insufficient. The aircraft is likely central to plans targeting Iran's fast attack fleet, which has threatened carriers and cargo tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's fleet, reportedly numbering 500 to 1,000 small vessels, represents their last naval leverage. The focus has been on using these many small boats to disrupt the strait. Before examining the AC-130J further, it is important to review developments over the last 18 hours regarding negotiations. 2 tracks have been running simultaneously, seemingly in opposite directions. After meeting with his national security team on Sunday night, President Trump posted on True Social following a session focused on Iran, signaling that any lack of Iranian progress would lead to harsher consequences. The Trump administration also reportedly spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, keeping the Iran conflict as the central topic. The U.S. indicated through Axios that if Iran does not improve its proposal, the response will be significantly stronger. This framing, much harder indicates that Operation Epic Fury earlier in the year set a baseline with the potential for escalation. U.S. Central Command continues to emphasize the severe degradation of Iran's capabilities and readiness to act immediately. Iranian missile, naval, air defense, and communication networks suffered significant damage during the initial strikes. The ceasefire has allowed Iran to recover some capabilities, including approximately 70% of mobile missile launchers and hardened underground facilities. Washington has accepted this limited recovery, knowing assets like the AC-130J could neutralize Iran's remaining Mosquito Navy. The next phase of conflict is not only about jets and carriers, but also supply chains. The U.S. is heavily reliant on tungsten, a critical mineral for advanced weapon systems. China controls most of the global supply, prompting Washington to invest close to $10 million in domestic production and initiate Project Vault, a $12 billion critical mineral stockpile plan. Additional funding of $30 billion was announced at the Critical Minerals Ministerial. Vault Strategic Mining, Knox in Canada, and KNXF in the U.S. are developing strategic tungsten projects, including 3 historical mines in Nevada. These efforts are domestically focused and defense-aligned. On the Iranian side, the Foreign Ministry confirmed on Monday morning that Tehran formally responded to the latest U.S. proposal via Pakistan, which reportedly shelters Iranian aircraft. The details of Iran's counter-China is providing covert military support to Iran while simultaneously positioning forces near Taiwan and running economic pressure campaigns against U.S. allies across the Indo-Pacific. This activity coincided with a container ship carrying weapons linked to China, which the IRGC boarded and seized just as their stockpiles were running low. At the Trump-Zet summit in Beijing last week, Taiwan arms sales and the Iran war were top agenda items. China secured a $17 billion annual U.S. agriculture purchase commitment, boosting the economy, but did not address the covert weapons, intelligence, or high-resolution satellite imagery Iran is sharing with the IRGC. The Pentagon has recently granted AI operational authority in certain areas. This month, agreements were signed with OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and SpaceX to integrate advanced AI models into classified military networks. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Caney stated that autonomous weapons will be a key and essential part of future warfare. These contracts include lawful operational use clauses, allowing vendors to follow any Pentagon-approved use. including autonomous weapon systems. The Department of Defense requested $13.4 billion for autonomous weapons in its 2026 budget. These systems are arriving and may already be operational, particularly when integrated into advanced drone or undersea platforms, such as those protecting and keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. AI targeting is emerging as a critical capability. 3 AC-130J Ghost Riders are confirmed to be operating in and around the Strait of Hormuz, as verified by open-source flight tracking data. They transited RAF Lakenheath, England in March 2026, en route to the Persian Gulf. Some of these aircraft have nicknames. One reportedly carries the call sign Nyx, after the Greek goddess of the night, reflecting the crew's sense of humor. The AC-130J Ghost Rider is built on the MC-130J Commando II airframe, a C-130J Super Hercules, modified for precision strike missions by Air Force Special Operations Command. It has 4 Rolls-Royce AE-21 and D3 turborop engines with 4,700 shaft horsepower each, 6-blade composite propellers, a maximum speed of about 400 miles per hour, a range of 3,000 nautical miles extendable via aerial refueling, and a service ceiling of 28,000 feet. Its weapons package includes a 30mm GAU-23A automatic cannon on the port side with precision fire at extended range, and a 105mm M109 howitzer firing 33-pound projectiles, nicknamed the Bunker Buster. The recoil shifts the aircraft 3 feet to the right. It also carries 80 rounds on the wings, AGM-114 Hellfire missiles, and GBU-39 small-diameter bombs for standoff strikes. The sensor suite includes dual electro-optical infrared sensors, one MX-20H and one MX-25, with laser designators capable of tracking multiple targets simultaneously. Crews can identify individuals from 20,000 feet at night. The Precision Strike package integrates all systems into a single fire control interface. The sensor operator identifies targets, the fire control officer clears the shot, and the weapons officer engages with the 105mm howitzer. This allows the AC-130J to coordinate with F-15s, F-35s, and radar inputs to engage targets effectively. This aircraft is optimized to neutralize Iran's Mosquito fleet rapidly. Each gunship can cover a sector, striking fast attack boats attempting to harass shipping, effectively playing a maritime game of whack-a-mole. Strategically, there appear to be 2 concurrent tracks. Publicly, Trump signals urgency, pressuring Iran to act quickly or face severe consequences. This keeps IRGC hardliners from dominating negotiations and demonstrates U.S. resolve globally. Behind the scenes, the U.S. may offer discrete concessions to provide Iran an off-ramp, allowing them to preserve face, consistent with Sun Tzu's principle of letting an enemy leave honorably. Iran faces internal leadership struggles among competing factions, complicating decision-making. If no deal is reached, the AC-130J gunships are ready to neutralize the Mosquito fleet. As of May 18, 2026, American and Israeli forces launched coordinated strikes on Iran on February 28, which largely destroyed conventional military infrastructure. Within 40 days, air defense networks were degraded, and over 160 Hudong missile boats, Paypos patrol vessels, and other larger IRGC ships were destroyed. Despite the April 8th ceasefire, the IRGC's small, fast attack boats remain open. The IRGC operates what independent defense analysts estimate at well over 1,000 small boats in different configurations, ranging from armed speedboats to repurposed fishing dhows used for mine laying, and the newer drone boat variants. In February 2025, Iran introduced the Hadar-1 missile launching vessel, a carbon fiber catamaran capable of reaching a top speed of 110 knots, making it the fastest operational military combat boat in the world. In the context of the narrow Strait of Hormuz, a vessel at 110 knots emerging from a coastal position leaves defenders almost no reaction time. This is not a legacy threat built with aging Soviet parts. It is a continuously evolving asymmetric system that Iran has refined and tested against real targets since the Strait became an active combat zone in early 2026. Lower court delays are unacceptable for fundamental rights. Clear Bruin violations justify immediate relief. The injunction remains in effect until the Supreme Court issues a final decision, expected in June 2026. During this 12 to 13-month period, all assault weapons bans are unenforceable nationwide. Oral arguments are scheduled for spring 2026. The final decision could permanently strike down bans, uphold narrow bans, or remand for further proceedings. Gun owners can purchase previously banned firearms starting Monday from licensed dealers, completing Form 4473 and NICS checks, and saving documentation. Firearms purchased during the injunction are likely grandfathered even if bans return. Please leave your thoughts about this content in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.